Hi, everyone. Welcome to my weekly analysis for the precious metals market. Today is Friday, June 19th, 2015. It is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So before I get into the analysis, I want to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day. I hope everyone is able to spend some quality time with their loved ones this weekend. And again, just wishing everyone a happy Father's Day weekend. And let's get to the analysis. This is your gold weekly chart. Gold's still trading within this range. Not really much price action besides this false breakout here. We had this little bit of a false breakout, and we also had a little bit of a false breakdown. So really, the market moved below 1170. It looked like it was going to continue to go lower, but of course, again, false breakout here when it broke out above 1215. False breakdown here when the market fell below 1175. Really on this weekly chart, really until we can get above this level here or below this level here, no telling where this market is going to go, though it does look like the momentum is building to the upside, especially after last week's FOMC meeting. The dollar really took a beating after that FOMC meeting. The 18-day moving average is starting to face towards roughly around 4 o'clock. That's a little bit bearish. But the good news is that we are above the 18 moving average of lows and also above the 18 moving average, which is set at 1196. Current price is 1200. If we can get above the 18 moving average of highs at around 1216, the market, the price or gold should look a lot more constructive. Until further notice, though, we are still trading in this range. And really just waiting for a final direction if this market is going to break out to the upside or to the downside. Okay, stochastics are still making up their mind, but they look like they're looking to turn around to the upside. We'll see what happens next week. This is your weekly chart, your daily chart. Gold did break above this trend line, this downtrend that we had. Okay, finally broke above it. Wasn't a big break where the market kept going up, but traded sideways for a couple of days, for about a week. And after the FOMC meeting, market took off. So it does look like there's some buying going on over here. We are above the 18-day moving average of highs and lows. Now what we're looking for is a move back down to the 18 moving average, and of course, a move to continue to go higher. Stochastics are still pointing up, so further room for upside. And again, based on this giant candle here, I would imagine that we're going to at least try to test this level here, the 1211, or at least the top of this range here, okay? Let's see if we can finally break above it. Let's see what happens in the next couple of days. Let's look at silver. The weekly chart, we can see that we have a low here, a higher low, a higher low, a higher low here. So far this week or last week, the lows were also getting higher, right? So we can see here that we do have a series of higher lows. That's positive. But on the highs, we only have this high, which is followed by a lower high, followed by a lower high. Then we have a higher high roughly here, okay? So the trend broke here, then we created a higher high, and now we're creating another higher high. Right? So far, we have one high, another high. This high is higher than this one. So we have lows that are still getting higher, and we have highs that are getting higher. So if this trend is true, we should see a test of this level here between 18, or I would say anywhere between 1779 all the way up to 1850 in order for us to create that third consecutive higher high. Okay? So higher high, so you have a high here, roughly at around 1740, and you have a higher high at 1779. Your lows are also getting higher. But again, not a big candle. I would have wished silver did move. We had a really nice move last week. It was very short-lived. The market moved up all the way up to 1640. I would have loved to seen last week close at that level because, again, you have this candle here, which does suggest a little bit of indecision here. Okay, right here. And if you would have had an engulfing candle, it would have been much better, much more constructive for silver. But we didn't get that. But so we would have to go simply by the series of higher lows. Okay, So any trades placed right here on 1612 should be traded against the previous low. Let's say 1559. If you want to be conservative, you can put it down here at around 15 even. But I'm gonna follow this trend here: higher highs, higher lows. I don't want to make a lower low. If this market falls below 1660, I personally think that we're going to test the 1530 range. On a longer term time frame, I was looking at this on the monthly chart. This low here, 1432, which was December of 2014's low, or last year's low, was roughly around 1432. We can see this trend line coming from 2003, from June in 2003. And this trend line really is going to be a confluence with the previous low, roughly at around 1439. Okay, so as far as silver is concerned, silver can potentially move down here to 1440. I don't think it'll move down there without gold following suit. I don't think silver will see 1430 without gold seeing at least 1130, which that means gold is testing its lows, last year's lows. But as far as the weekly chart, again, we're just going to follow this trend here: higher highs, higher lows. Have a high, higher high, low, higher low, higher low. And on the daily chart here, the daily chart is staying above this line here, but we can see that we've been crisscross. We've been zigzagging above and below this trend line here. I would like for silver to give us a really nice bullish candle here, so we can at least look like we're going to test this 17 range here at the top of this triangle. We can see we're forming a really nice triangle here. But the only problem that I don't like with silver is that we have this this formation here. This is called a flag. Okay, anytime you have a big price action, let's say like this, where you have a big nice move to the downside or to the upside, this is called a flag. And flags usually break in the direction that they came from. So if this flag comes from here, then you would expect to move down to at least $15. All right. The move is calculated based on the flag pole. So this is the flag pole. This would be the flag. So you would need to match this flag pole in order for this to be valid. Again, a break below this, then I would imagine that we're going to test the $15 range. Possibly even lower. Who knows? Maybe this level here. Again, I will add that silver, even if silver tests the $14 range, again, the one thing that we have to keep in mind is that on a monthly basis, silver has not closed below 1550 on a monthly basis. Really, this is the main level right here. Silver managed to close one time below this level here, the 1550. And besides that, it has not closed below that 15 level. And I mean, literally since 2009, we haven't closed below the $15.50 mark. So a test of this level here, 1438, on a monthly chart, I don't think it'll matter. I think ultimately you'll see a big spike up with it before the month is over. On the weekly chart, you're looking at this level here, roughly around 1560. So even if this market does move down, let's say to the $14, I would look for another wick like this, very similar to this, where again the move is going to be short-lived. I don't expect prices to hover around this area. I don't expect. I guess what I'm saying is I don't expect prices to do any of this zigzagging, any of this, for quite some time. What I'm expecting is I'm expecting a candle like this, and I'm expecting by the next month or by the next week for the market to be back over 1550. So I would take advantage of any moves towards the $14 range. So that's on the daily chart that I see that formation. So until the week is over, or until this formation either breaks to the upside or to the downside, we won't know if this is valid. But again, a move below 1580 at this point of 1585, I would call this a valid flag, and I'd be looking to hedge or short the market right here at around 1575 in this market, and again shooting for at least $15. Okay. That's it for gold and silver. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update, but again, not much action. Gold did move nicely to the upside. Silver still needs to follow suit, but I guess only next week we'll. But I guess next week we'll find out what's going to happen here, right? Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope everyone has a great Father's Day weekend, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.